Please welcome Chanda, Smith, Baker, Pankaj, Sharma, and Christophe, Beck.
Good evening, community.
Good evening.
Robbie done set it off for us, and it is so good to be in the room with you and so good to be on this stage here with these leaders and friends. I am Chanda Smith Baker, the president and CEO of the St. Paul and Minnesota Foundation, and I also stand here as a fourth or fifth generation Minnesotan. At the foundation, we steward more than $2 billion in assets in service of impact. Our work touches the 87 counties across Minnesota, partnering with donors, nonprofits, business, civic leaders to strengthen communities, expand opportunities, and to help shape a more vibrant, equitable future for our state. We live in a strong, vibrant, beautiful community. A community full of people who are generous, brave, strong, and resilient. We have seen that on full display over the last few months. Over generations, we have built this place together. We have many things to be proud of, including job growth in Minnesota that has been driven entirely by workers of color and women who are outpacing men in employment. And all of these things are true. And those of us here tonight in this region and state, we can be even better, making these facts true for all of us. Minnesota ranks near the top of opportunity and near the bottom when disaggregated by race. We have unfinished work. We can create access to economic opportunity for more people in more places. We can create green space, safer streets, and closer relationships amongst leaders and across communities. We can create a place so full of promise that our young people choose to stay here to grow, and amazing people from around the country and the world come here to be part of it. We can lead the nation in quality of life, and who does not want that? That is a vision for bright futures that unify and motivate us and leaves behind no one. To be the best in the nation, we must have the best quality of life. We need to have one of America's strongest economies. A vibrant community requires it. Our economy is an engine of opportunity, and to achieve it, we must all lean in. Each of us has an essential role in making our economy strong, vibrant, and future-ready. The St. Paul and Minnesota Foundation is playing several roles to make this true. In 2025, we granted over $128 million, funding community-led organizations, initiatives, and projects. We've activated a rapid response fund, providing economic relief to support small businesses and community organizations, and we have stood up a $20 million initiative called Our Home State to expand access to stable, affordable housing, because housing is foundational to economic mobility, family stability, and a thriving Minnesota. Woo is right, woo. Today, however, the facts clearly show the economy we have isn't keeping pace with our peers across the country. We aren't growing as much or competing as well as we have in the past. That is why we, all of us, are committed to driving transformation in our economy, and this is how we will build an even better Minnesota. Thank you.
Thank you, Chanda. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for being here. My name is Pankaj Sharma, and I'm the segment president for North America Food Service at General Mills, and I'm proud to sit on the board of the Greater MSP Partnership. I grew up in India, and our family has lived in 5 countries across 3 continents. When we left Switzerland for what some called the tundra of the United States, people were skeptical. 8 years later, despite the cold, Minnesota's community and quality of life have made it a place we proudly call home. It's also not by accident or luck that 17 Fortune 500 companies call Minnesota home. It's the result of the collective hard work and intention of generations of Minnesotans who loved this place and wanted to make it better. I'm always inspired by the way we show up for each other, and it's a legacy I aspire to personally as well. My company, General Mills, has a legacy interwoven with Minnesota's story. It dates back to 1866, when our founder built his first mill just yards away from where we are now, on the banks of the Mississippi River. General Mills' success and growth have always been rooted in this place and its people, which is why we continue to invest here at home, including the expansion of our James Ford Bell Technical Center close by in Golden Valley. Today, we are proud to be one of this region's Fortune 500 companies. But I can tell you, with certainty that staying on that list has required constant evolution. Innovation has been and continues to be a prerequisite for the success of General Mills. It requires us to preserve what's most precious about our history while growing and adapting for each new era. And this is also where our region finds itself today. Minnesota has been strong and prosperous for generations, and we have challenges to resolve. The economy we have today is diverse and globally connected, and importantly, we have so much to build on. And as Chanda said, it's not creating the same level of opportunity and prosperity as it did 20 years ago. The competition around the nation and the world are pushing us to move forward. We have everything here it takes to compete and win in the 21st century. But it won't happen on its own. We need to come together in forums like this and talk about our path forward. That's what Greater MSP is for. It's how we keep an eye on the competition, how we set our aspirations, and how we work together to build the future. And many of us have been doing this work for years. We are making progress and delivering big results. And to create that better future Chanda described, we need to drive the economic transformation of our region even faster. That said, tonight, Greater MSP is announcing a new 10-year aim to move Minnesota's economy from middle of the pack to top 10 in the country. That will require us to grow the state's economy by about 30% over this decade, adding roughly $170 billion in output. It's a massive challenge, but it's absolutely necessary. We can't have a world-class quality of life without a nation-leading economy. So what will it take to make this jump? We need new playbooks, new coalitions, dozens of new partners, and a stronger sense of urgency. It will take transformational, not incremental action. To share more about where we are headed, I'd like to welcome Ecolab's CEO and Chair of the Greater MSP Partnership, Christophe Beck. Thank you.
Wow. So what's the most promising state in the nation? What's the most promising state in the world? Good. I'm done. Thank you, Chanda, Pankaj. So cool to be with you. Feels like being with friends here. And looking at this room, well, it feels exactly right, because this is Minnesota at its best. What you've just heard is a shared belief in this place and a shared determination to make it even better. And that's one of the huge strengths of Minnesota. And everything I want to say tonight builds directly on that. So I'm Christophe, my name, Christophe Beck, and I'm the CEO of Ecolab. A global company that most don't know. Most people remember us when you go to the bathroom. This is not what we do for a living. We protect 1.7 billion people from infection, and we protect enough drinking water for 800 million people. That's what we do beyond what you see out there. And we were founded 103 years ago. Across the river in St. Paul, part of the Twin Cities, obviously. And I'm the only seventh CEO of the company, which is showing this long-term vision and consistency and continuity that the company has had right here in this region. And I've also the honor to serve as the chair of Greater MSP, which is one of the really cool side of my life because it's a great team with a great leader doing great things for the community. So quick round of applause for the Greater MSP. And Minnesota is a special place. Well, it's my home. And after what we've lived through this winter, I've never been more proud to be a Minnesotan. What we've experienced wasn't easy, and that's an understatement. It tested all of us. It was probably the toughest month I've gone through. But when things were at their toughest, something really powerful happened. We came together. Neighbors helped neighbors, communities stepped up, leaders worked side by side. We focused on what unites us. And the world saw what I've always believed. Minnesota is far stronger than what people believe. This is a highly educated people who fight for freedom like any Viking would. That's not a weakness. It's one of our greatest strengths. And as Chanda said, we've built a community with deep roots and a quality of life people are proud of. And as Pankaj reminded us, staying strong means evolving, being willing to challenge ourselves and compete in a changing and challenging world. So tonight is about our future. Our responsibility as leaders is pretty simple, but hard to do, to build a future that's even better than our past, a future rooted in unity, because one truth always holds, as we've heard it as well from Ravi. We win together, or we do not win at all. Winning means many things for many people, obviously, but it's about great educations, great jobs, innovation that makes a real impact, and a future our kids want to stay for. To make that possible, we need a stronger economy, one that lifts people up, supports families, and keeps opportunity right here at home. I know what that looks like. I'm from Switzerland. You used to live there as well. I don't have a Minnesotan accent yet, still working on it. But it's one of the places with the highest standards of living in the world because it has one of the most competitive, innovative economies, and we care about each other at the same time. And strong economies give people the chance to build good lives and give governments the means to support those who need help. And that can happen to all of us at any time. Here in Minnesota, we take care of one another. That's who we are. But to keep doing that, we need to grow and grow faster. Not growth for growth's sake, but greater growth. Greater growth means growing the pie, not fighting over a shrinking pie. We spend so much time thinking about how do we share a pie that keeps getting smaller. Let's grow the pie, and we'll share that bigger pie. Feels a pretty simple concept, but that's a big change for all of us. By creating new industries, new opportunities, and new sources of value, so more people in more places can participate and benefit. It strengthens the middle class, expands opportunity, and gives opportunity to every kid in this state a reason to believe the future is right here. So our ambition, as you've heard it, is really clear. A top 10 state for business and a top 10 state to raise a family. The competitiveness in me says top 10. Why not one? Number one, we have everything it takes here in this state. So we're not exactly there yet, as we know. As a matter of fact, we're number 38. So we just have 37 to go. And we get number one, or 27 if we want to get to the top 10. But we know how to lead and how to get there. We're global leaders in medtech, in healthcare, in food, in agriculture, and in water. We have the people, the talent, the foundation, the willingness to get there. And here's, thank you, bless you. Sorry. That's usually me in the back. And here's something uniquely Minnesotan. Our community is tight. That closeness isn't a barrier to growth. It's a competitive advantage. It's what allows us to trust one another, move faster together, and take on those big challenges as one team. That's the economy Greater MSP is helping to build, powered by our strength, connected to global markets, and driven by industries shaping the world today. And it challenges every one of us, business leaders, educators, mayors, legislators, philanthropists, citizens, you've seen many of those tonight, to think bigger, take more risk, and work together like never before. Not against each other, but together. Large companies have many ways to lead. One of the most important is choosing to grow right here, at home, and to stay here. That's exactly what Ecolab is doing and has been doing for 103 years. So tonight I'm proud to announce, as well, many others will announce things, our largest investments ever in Minnesota. Over the next few years, we'll build and expand our global hub for research, development and education in infection prevention, water technologies, and digital capabilities in Eagan. We'll invest over $500 million to protect what's vital, to deliver our purpose that by 2030, we'll protect 2 billion people from infections and enough drinking water for the needs of 1 billion people from right here in Minnesota. This is MedTech 3.0 in action, and it will protect human health around the world. And we're not alone. We're following great companies like Mayo Clinic, nVent, Mortensen, Boston Scientific, General Mills, and many others. Minnesota companies choosing Minnesota for the long run. That's greater growth in action. That's Minnesotan leadership in action. We know we're not where we need to be yet, but we know where we're going, and we're already moving, and really fast. This year tested us, but it also reminded us who we are. So if you're proud to be a Minnesotan, and if you believe we can grow the pie and build a future that works for everyone, then join us. Bring your ideas, your leadership, your passion, and your ambition. Because when we act as one team, one state, one community, one Minnesota, there is no limit to what we can become together. I believe deeply in this state. I believe in its people, and I believe very firmly that the best for all of us is yet to come. Let's get it done. Group hug.